Hello and welcome to my channel, Stitches with Love. My name is Elizabeth and this is day 12 and 13 of Vlogmas. I didn't do one yesterday. It was a busy day and by the time I got home I was exhausted, and so rather than stay up to do another Vlogmas, I went ahead and combined the two for today. So this is day 13 and 12 for Vlogmas. I've got some delightful eggnog here, and I'm going to share a little bit about what I did yesterday and today. So if you're interested, grab a cup of something cozy and Christmassy and come along with me. All right, I just remembered I forgot my microphone, so I'm going to grab that real quick.
Okay, I'm back now. The microphone really seems to help with the audio so that I don't have to speak quite so loudly. So yesterday was our holiday bazaar at work, and I had some dishcloths that I sold. My mom and I make them throughout the year, and then I take them to the bazaar and use the cash that I earn to have a little bit of fun money. So I had not a lot in sales, but I had enough that I had a little bit of pocket money and I could go shopping at the bazaar. So I'm going to share with you what I found there. Alrighty, so they had, I think, almost 30 vendors there this year. It was kind of a slow day, which surprised me because it was such a beautiful day, and Christmas bazaars are always so popular, and they always have been in the past. So I was kind of surprised. It was a little slower this year. We didn't have a lot of the traffic we normally do, but that's okay. I do it more for the fun than anything else. So I'm trying to decide what to start with first. One of the vendors there does these beautiful crochet doilies. She makes these, she had crosses and she had angels. And so when I saw this, I knew I really wanted to buy it. And so I waited a little while to see how my own sales did before I did any shopping. And then I decided this was still there, so it was going to go home with me. I don't know where exactly I'm going to put it. She had one in a frame that was really beautiful. I liked that idea. And I might do that rather than just laying this flat somewhere. I'm not sure yet. But I just think it is so beautiful. Look at that. It's all, I don't know how to display this very well. But beautiful crocheted craftsmanship. Just gorgeous. And then I bought another one from her that's a smaller size that I just have tucked in my Bible as a sort of a bookmark. So that was one thing. And then I'll find a special place for that. This is actually a bib meant to cover your clothing when you're eating. But since I have recently decided that I needed a new hobby and I'm going to take up watercolor painting, I needed something to protect my clothing when I'm doing my painting. And so I thought this was perfect. This was hand sewn by one of the vendors there. The forget-me-not pattern is so pretty. And then it's just plain flannel on the back. So it's got a nice thick layer so water can't seep through real easily. And it'll cover quite a lot of my clothing while I'm painting. So I'm very excited about that. And it's my favorite color too, which is just a plus. So that will stay in the basket where I have my drawing and painting supplies ready to use whenever I have time to sit down and actually do something with those. And then I love peacocks. I just think they are so beautiful. This was Not handmade by the resident I bought it from, but I thought it was still really pretty. So that's going to go up in my window. And then another one from her, she does diamond dots. So I also bought this one from her. I love roses. And this little kitty cat does not look exactly like our orange tabby, but it reminds me of him. So that will go up in another window, just for a bit of fun. And then lastly, from the bazaar, this was actually given to me by the vendor at the table next to ours. She does these little pots in sport colors. And this is the 49ers football colors. So I thought that was really sweet of her. So I'm going to find a shelf somewhere and set him down there. All right, so that is all as far as bazaar finds go. In one of my videos earlier this week, I talked about some secondhand finds, but I forgot to show you these plates that I also found when I found the little nativity set that I shared. So these are another secondhand treasure. I don't know what the pattern is. I just thought they were so pretty. I love blue and white. And I'm kind of particular about what I collect, though. And so it's not something I want to have really gifted to me. I would prefer to just kind of find it myself. And then they did come, so they're obviously meant for decoration, but they have this little string. You can't really see it on camera, but there's a little string here. You can hang it on a hook. So I'm thinking I'm going to hang these up in my kitchen somewhere as a decorative piece. But they're just beautiful. All right. So moving on to the knitting. I didn't do much on my December sock of the month yesterday or today because I was focused on a different pair of socks. And I made a lot of progress since I last showed you. So I think when I last showed you, I was getting to the end of the heel flap, this bit here. Since then, I have turned the heel. I started that yesterday and I picked up the gusset stitches. So this whole section is what I have been working on pretty solidly since yesterday and then all of today. And then I did a little bit more work on a couple of my other December socks, but it may not look like much, but I can assure you it is a lot. This is many, many stitches and many hours of work. And so I would say a little over halfway done with this sock, and it is the second sock of the pair I'm making. Oh no, there goes my yarn. I'll have to get that later. So I'm just about finished, and then I will have a nice pair of warm woolly socks to keep my feet warm, and just in time because winter, as far as the solstice and when the season really officially starts, is just around the corner. So I'm going to need something to keep warm. I'm going to go fetch my yarn because it has rolled away somewhere, and I'm going to go get ready for bed because I am very tired and I need some rest. Until next time, hopefully tomorrow when I post the next Vlogmas, happy knitting, and I will talk to you later. Bye.